welcome back to Linda's Pantry, and today I want to bring you along for a video on canning blueberry rhubarb jam. And if it doesn't set up, it's going to be blueberry rhubarb syrup. And in that case, okay, because I don't know that I really got a good set on it, even though I used pectin. I was going to do it with no pectin, but I'm running out of time. I don't have time to cook it down that long, but it's delicious. 9 cups of blueberries, a quart of rhubarb, and pureed it down. It's so yummy, but it may end up syruped. So in that case, I will bring you back for another video if that happens and let you know what I do, because if it's syrup, I'm not going to use all these small jars. If it sets up after a day or two, because sometimes jams take a little bit of time to set up. If it sets up to my liking, I did the spoon test and it was like, I don't know. The temperature was right. I added the pectin, everything was right, but you never know. So if it doesn't set up, we're gonna have delicious blueberry rhubarb syrup for pancakes and ice cream and all those wonderful things. And yeah, or you can make a poke cake and use this, and delicious. Okay, it's time to shut that off, and we're gonna get those jars out of the water bath canner. So I let that canner come down. You take the lid off, let it sit in there and acclimate for 5 minutes. All right, let's see what we got. All right, guys, we are ready. This is so easy. Jam is one of the easiest things. So I've got right here, this is a 1/2 cup. I decided on a 1/2 cup of lemon juice, and I'm just using bottled lemon juice. You want the acidity to be 5%, so whenever you're using for canning, you don't want to do fresh lemon juice. Now, I could put fresh lemon zest in here and make it a lemony blueberry if I wanted to, but today it's just strictly going to be straight up blueberries. So I've already washed and sorted these and got any of the bad ones out, any of the stems. You don't want any of that in your product. I'm super excited about this one. I haven't made blueberry jam in a long time. So I'm going to heat these through, and you want to kind of smash into them. If you do see one that's got a stem like that one that you missed, get that stem off there. You don't want that in your jam. So as I'm going through, I will double check, triple check, and make sure you got everything out of there. Blueberries are hard to get super clean. I've triple washed them, but anyway, here we go. Okay, we're smashing them, and we'll get to smashing. I'll add my sugar, and I'll let you know when we get it up to a boil and we get that jam consistency. I'll bring you back. So as you can see, as the sugar dissolves, it turns to liquid, and get those blueberries heated up and cooked through. They'll make it easier to mash. So this is going to make a nice big batch of jam. Okay, change of plans. You know, in the beginning I was going to make just blueberry jam, but I've changed my mind. To me, it was a little too sweet to have a cup of sugar for each cup of fruit. The blueberries were probably much sweeter than earlier in the season, so I added a quart of rhubarb, and once it cooks down, we'll see where we're at. And the rhubarb will add some more acid. It'll also make a bigger batch of jam. So I'm probably going to add a liquid pectin. As soon as I get this up to a rolling boil, I can't stir down. And you can see it came up quite a bit. But liquid pectin is on the menu today, so I want to make sure this sets into a beautiful jam. And oh, what a good way to use up the rhubarb as well. Blueberry rhubarb jam, baby. It's so good. All right. So there you go. That's what's happening. I'll bring this up to a boil, and I'll bring you back when I add that liquid pectin in. Okay, so now this has had a chance to cook down. It almost meets the spoon test, but I was gonna leave it chunky, but now that we've got the rhubarb in there, I'm gonna immersion blend it. Be careful, it's really hot. So blend it up. I don't mind if there's a little bit of chunk, but I don't want big chunks. big chunks. And I turn my burner off while I'm doing this. So let me get this mixed up. I'll be back. Okay, now that I've got it all blended up, see, it's got a couple little pieces of fruit here and there, but it's not going to be like a preserve. I want this like a jam, not like a jelly, but like a jam. So I'm going to bring this back up to a rolling boil. I can't stir down, and we're going to go ahead and add our pectin, and I'm doing liquid pectin, so we can add it at that time. And once I add that, then it'll boil for another minute, because I'll bring it back up to a boil that I can't stir down. It'll boil for another full minute. And okay, guys, I'm ready finally. And this looks so good. It smells good. And you know, the nice thing is about these types of things, if they don't set up for you, you can always turn it into syrup for pancakes or ice cream. So I've got these little 4-ounce jars. I'm going to fill these up first because these make great little gifts. 1/4 inch of headspace to the jar. So you want plenty of jam in there. Now these are going to be a Tatler lid. These first two, because those will be mine. So I'll put my Tatler lid on in a ring. And my jars are hot and they're in hot water in the sink. Went through the dishwashing cycle. So you tighten it and then you back off 1/4 of a turn. This is going to go into the canner and wait for the rest of the jars. So here we go. That's as easy as it is. I'm going to get the rest of these jars all filled for you. Maybe I'll do a little fast forward footage. And yum, blueberries. Okay, there we go. Another Tatler lid, and the gasket is marked. I don't know if you can see, there's a mark right there. That's the first time it's been used. So next time I use it, I'll put another mark on it, and then that tells me how many times I've used those. Tighten, back off a little bit. Now these are the old Tatlers. I think the new Tatlers you don't have to do that with, but the old ones, the original ones, you do. And that's what I have. Once you get a seal with a Tatler, you'll play heck getting it back off. All right. Chance to be open here for a good 5 minutes. Kind of allows the jars to acclimate. This pint jar, that was like what was left in the canner, and I thought, you know, I'm just gonna do it. So I try not to tip my jars because your jars are still venting, if that makes sense to you. So I don't worry about the water on the top of the jars. We got a lot of jam, and or, you know what, if it ends up syrup, I won't be disappointed at all. But let's see, we have how many pints? Half pints, I mean. I gotta tip them just a hair, just to get that excess off. And then you can dab the tops of them, but look how beautiful. They're already trying, oh, they're already popping. So look at that, the beautiful dark purple blueberry. Ooh, and the jars are popping. It's music to my ears. Look at that. And if you do dab the water off, make sure you lightly, don't push on the button top. You don't want it to get a false seal. So I'm just putting these over here on my mat, and I'll give you an idea. I got 6 4-ounce jars, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 half pints. So that's a fair amount of jam. Guys, I hope it inspires you, and I'm going to bring you back and let you know in another video whether this is set up or not, because it's a mystery. I'm not sure. I mean, once I did the test on the plate, it said yes, but then the next time I did it, it said no. So who knows? Anyway, we're going to get this all sealed, and hopefully we don't have to reprocess it. But if I do, I'm going to bring you along for the process. So guys, I hope it inspires you to step outside the box, make some jam with some seasonal fruit, add 2 or 3 together. I've done as many as 3 fruits together, and it's absolutely delicious. They complement each other, and the rhubarb and the blueberry is delicious. And it gets my rhubarb used up. All right, guys. Bye. Happy canning.